everybody, welcome back to the Single Man's Cognition podcast. You're here with me, your favorite one of the two, Rigersi and Samuel. Now, Deadpool and Wolverine came out last weekend, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was a
Mostly
fucking
2
great.
weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I enjoyed it a lot. Wolverine is my favorite comic book character, period. I enjoyed Deadpool as well, especially the movie iterations with Ryan Reynolds. It was a very funny movie, a lot of the jokes landed for me.
We can say a great soundtrack.
Yes.
From the beginning, from the first scene
Yeah, to the end.
to the
I
end.
enjoyed the last song the most.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first song, Bye Bye Bye. Sorry for spoiling, but a lot of spoiling alerts. So if everyone
Spoiler.
hasn't watched Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine, spoiler alerts, please don't watch us. Or watch us anyway, we are...
No, watch us, but watch Deadpool and Wolverine.
Watch Dead and Wolverine.
The violence was top notch. The choreography of the fight scenes is very entertaining.
Very
One of my favorite fight scenes is when they are in the car. First of all, it starts with a verbal fight with Wolverine roasting the fuck out of Deadpool.
It's in the
Like,
middle.
god damn, did Kendrick Lamar ghostwrite that scene? What the fuck happened?
I think he had a lot of doing because Wolverine was just like,
Roasting him. Every
I hate
single
the way that you talk, the way that...
Yes, it was very savage in that. And then the fight scene was fun. That was my favorite fight scene in the movie, to be honest. It was very funny, very well choreographed. It showed the...
You know what? You're a fucking joke. I have never met a sadder, more attention-starved, jarring little prick in my entire life, and that says a lot, because I've been alive for more than 200 fucking years, and you are a ridiculous, immature, half-wit moron. No wonder the Avengers didn't take you, or the X-Men, they'll take fucking anyone. You couldn't even save a relationship with a goddamn stripper! I'll tell you, that bald chick was right about one thing. You will never save the world. And motherfucker, I wish I could say you die alone. But it's one of God's best jokes that you can't die, except it's on all of us! I'm gonna fight you now. Oh, are you? You dirty bitch!
Yeah, but as well, we can say that that type of scene is the first character we can say that shut the hell up of Deadpool.
Made Deadpool shut up.
What
yeah.
did he say? You're not gonna talk, big mouth?
No. Oh, you got nothing to say, mouth. We're gonna put the video here, inserted here, because it is very funny.
And no, I like the first scene. You're watching it.
No. Go on.
That's the reason, but I will say a little bit later. Yes. And I liked the first scene, which Deadpool is just killing everyone with just two type of bones.
Yes.
The remains of Logan.
Yes, with the adamantium skeleton of Logan.
The adamantium metal, and he just in the last person that he killed, he just throw his katana just like and dancing along the way with Bye Bye Bison was fucking hilarious. It's the perfect start to a movie that you know that it's funny and more and more funny.
Yeah, it is a comedy movie. One of my favorite parts of the scene that you mentioned is where Deadpool stepped to guys in the balls with Wolverine's toes, and he can't get them out, and it's just more pain for them, and it's very... I love that to the core.
It reminded me of, shish kebab.
It's
a shish kebab, human shish kebab, but you can eat shish kebab, but if you see that scene, it's not more, you can't eat it anymore.
It's disgusting, but it's also very funny.
You feel pain for the meat.
Now we had a lot of cameos from different characters, different iterations of Wolverine, most of them played by Hugh Jackman. We had the comic book accurate short Logan, which was very funny. We had Patch, we had the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, and most of these characters beat the shit out of Wade. We also have a Wolverine in an X-Men cross. That is, it is basically a Jesus reference because Wolverine is one of the characters that has suffered the most.
Yeah, and also he's Christian, I think, in some comics.
Yes.
He's religious. He's out and in, I think. In and out.
Yeah, he's lukewarm about religion, but one
and around all of skulls and it was very dark.
It was very dark. Another Wolverine adaptation iteration was a part where he fights the Hulk.
Yeah.
And the best cameo of Wolverines there was the Calverine, the Wolverine played by Henry Cavill,
fucking brilliant.
Yes.
Only for 10 seconds, but it was
brilliant
enjoyable.
Because Henry Cavill also is very fucking muscular, and I think physically he'll be a better Wolverine than Hugh Jackman, because yes, Hugh Jackman is ripped, yes, he has muscle, but he's too shredded in my opinion to play a person like Wolverine. Meanwhile, Henry Cavill is a bit more bulky, a bit more stocky.
But both of them has a little flaw. They are too
tall.
They are too tall, but Wolverine is, I think, short.
Okay, you know, yeah, you know that short friend of ours that is even shorter than you?
Yeah.
You know him? Okay. Like, imagine a guy that comes around here.
Yeah.
Not here, but here.
In the chest.
Yes, in the chest area.
Yeah.
How are you going to take him seriously? And Wolverine is even shorter than that. So, yeah, think about it.
At the same height as Vegeta, which is 160 centimeters.
No, I think, or either 160 or 157, 58, something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, he's really short in the comics. But in the comics you can mask it because you don't really have you have more liberty in comics in the depiction of hard stuff.
For the adaptation, you have more flexibility, we can say, but not too much flexibility. But still, if he could play Superman, in Henry Cavill's case, he as well can play.
There were a lot of pop culture jokes. One of them was about how the DCU treated Henry Cavill.
Those bastards across the street.
Yes. Also, another sort of hidden reference to how The Rock handled Black Adam about the hierarchy of power changing, and there is another joke about that Deadpool makes, but you have to really listen in to get.
I didn't know, and we talked together. I think that Black Adam as a film was postponed.
Yes, for like 9 years, I guess.
9 years.
Yes, the first idea was.
What the fuck?
Yes, and The Rock played a huge part on it, not for the entirety of 9 years, but for the last couple of years. He didn't want to share a movie with Shazam. Even though Black Adam is the villain of Shazam, it's like making a movie about Joker and not wanting to share it with Batman. It can happen, but let's be honest, Black Adam is nowhere near the iconic villain the Joker is.
Did you like Black Adam? I think they tried to make him a hero of his own, but
meanwhile he's more, in the comics he's more of a villain and an anti-hero than a morally great hero. Like
I remember that in post-credit scenes in Black Adam, it was very forgettable as a movie. I can remember very much because it was.
But one of the selling points was the
Superman appeared.
Yes,
Superman appeared, but not his face.
That was in Shazam.
In Shazam.
Yes. Meanwhile, in Black Adam, Superman appeared because The Rock got the studio to convince Henry Cavill to come back as Superman until the movie flopped, so they just scrapped that idea and fired Henry Cavill again.
What does this man want even more? That's
Money.
the question.
Money.
But money, but
He has become a walking advertisement. Like,
how can
he
you
even got,
postpone a movie
he
for
had Red Sparrow with,
Jennifer Lawrence?
no, with Gal Gadot and
Gal Gadot.
Ryan Reynolds, and he got into a fight, allegedly with, not a physical fight, but a verbal fight with
he
Ryan
did.
Reynolds, yes, over the time that The Rock would show up for shooting the movie scenes, because he would show up to like 5 hours late,
No.
allegedly. And also not, sometimes straight up not coming to shoot a scene because he was having a dinner with his family. But here's the problem: when you shoot movies, the shooting of the movies does not take 5 months. It might take 2 months top. And I'm pretty sure The Rock's family would not be
Appreciate,
missing
yeah.
for 2 months.
But I think that with that kind of CGI, 2 months it's more or less
Yeah, but
enough. But
yeah, like the CGI is in the editing scene.
Yeah.
Like they shoot it with a green screen and then
yeah, of course.
the editor has the CGI.
I can't. I think it's not. I don't think it's appropriate at all for you to show late because you have experienced it yourself.
Yes. There is a lot of people just
When you
waiting there
get
for
a
you
lot
to
of
show up and yes.
You get angry a lot again.
Yes.
You know that's the pattern, but still you don't.
Yeah,
accept
I don't like it.
Yeah.
But let's go back to Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Now, outside the other Wolverine cameos, we had cameos from other Marvel characters.
Which is very, very.
It's
this
a nice
is one
touch.
of my. Yeah, was unexpected. I didn't expect. I've seen. I like Blade, for example. Again, spoiler alert. And the actor, especially, is very,
Wesley
very
Snipes.
good. Wesley Snipes. Electra, Jennifer Garner.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen. She has a movie. It's beginnings of Electra as a character,
Yes.
and at that time, Daredevil was played by Ben Affleck.
Yes.
But they cut the scene because they had kind of a fight. They were just married, something like that. and-
Okay, listen, Electro was not a good movie.
No,
Not bad.
not even saying a good movie. And it was forgettable. We can put it with Black Adam more, and Gambit. I can't remember. We should Google the
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. I forget always the guy.
Yes.
Very, very good choice for Gambit.
Yes, he wanted to make a Gambit movie. It got stuck in production and it was never released.
But it was too much French.
One of another surprising cameo was Chris Evans, but not as Captain America, but as the Human Torch.
Yeah, the Fire Torch, Human Torch.
Human Torch.
Human Torch, member of the Fantastic
Big
Four.
Four, yes.
And he got too quickly out of
there, but the scenes he was in, it was funny.
Yeah, and cruel and
Yeah,
disgusting.
it ended cruelly for him. We also had Daphne King come back as X-23.
Yeah.
Daphne, if you're watching this, I love you. I have a crush on you. Okay.
Imagine that he's
Creepy stalking fan aside, I really enjoyed the fact that she was there. I wish that they hadn't announced it earlier and made it a bigger surprise, and I also wish that she showed up a bit more in the movie and interacted more with Logan than those little scenes. Even though this is different Logan, it's still X-23 can understand Wolverine better than anyone
else. And the thing
She's
is that
basically his daughter.
they had a scene in a fire outside of the place they were hiding, in the campfire, and they had kind of a touching thing. Or my favorite scene is when they gather to fight the soldiers of the main villain, which we will talk just a short time. But the scene is that they are 5 against all of them, and at one moment, before starting the fight, Wolverine just kicks the back door and just
shows
the
up.
back door of the car, and he just shows up as
Wolverine.
here I am, get me. And it was, we can say, a Casa Pain, we can say, Slaughterhouse.
Yes, a slaughterhouse.
It was a slaughterhouse. It was very good, especially Blade was still a badass but old version.
Yes.
But still good. And Gambit. They played good with his powers. With the
Yes,
stick,
they made
with the
him
cards.
more entertaining than he was in X-Men Origins Wolverine, which is
Yeah.
a trash movie.
I think Deadpool referenced it one time that you're more cooler than
Yes,
the other guy who
Yeah.
hired you, something like that.
Yes.
And very good. Jennifer Garner, same. X-2023 had very short screen time,
Yes.
which was
I
a
wish
sin.
I could see more of her. My crush on Daphne Keane aside, I really wish that they could make more, expand it more on the relationship between this Wolverine that we have now and X-23. Also, the Xavier sisters, the villain,
Cassandra Nova.
Cassandra Nova.
Very good choice, I can say. An unexpected villain.
I mean,
No, it was.
to make her a Wolverine and Deadpool villain is an odd choice because like
We don't have anything
they don't have anything in common.
in
That's
common,
one.
or they can't cross. They can't cross, I think,
Also,
in comics or in-
she's no, I don't know if they have crossed in comics, but from what I've gathered, knowing her abilities, she has telekinesis and telepathy.
only that.
Yes, these two, but telekinesis and telepathy are
Yeah.
two very high level skills.
I think she said that she can't compare with Charles Xavier, his
Yes,
brother.
as far as
She can
telepathy, no.
Yeah.
Here's the problem now. The problem is here that when you have somebody that can just move things around with their mind
Yeah.
and pit them against people like Deadpool and Wolverine who usually rely more on hand-to-hand combat,
Yeah. And close combat.
there needs to be some MacGuffin type bullshit
Yeah.
to make the plot go forward.
Yeah, and she
And
was
they flip-flopped on her
Also-
motivations and
Yeah.
her end goals.
and personality. I think she was just like they treated her in this like cuckoo.
Yes, as crazy. Meanwhile,
crazy.
she's had a very hard life.
Yeah, she was thrown into the how do they call
The void?
The void. Yeah, the void dimension.
Yeah.
And she was thrown. She wasn't accepted as Charles' sister, or they separated them, something like that. But they played with her feelings. That they played the card that if it's.
An evil church
Yeah, but Wolverine played the card when they had the helmet,
Yes.
which blocks her. They played the card that the Charles wouldn't want that from Wolverine.
He had to kill her, and
And
he
I
would
don't
have
think
won.
that, I don't know in comics, but is Wolverine that soft? I think, or
He has got
that
this offer because of
I-
Charles, because
Ah.
he has Charles as a mentor,
Yes,
as
or
a
father
figure.
figure.
Father
Or
figure,
brother.
brother.
Yeah, brother.
Because Wolverine is the older one, actually, even though he doesn't look like it. He's over 200 fucking years old.
Yeah.
So Charles helped Wolverine with regaining his memories, with calming him down, with showing him the value of protecting life and your loved ones.
I remember it was a scene, I think, with the other when they formed the team.
Yes.
I think the Logan said that I've seen too much shit in 200 years,
Yes.
and even more, and this isn't any different. Some kind of that, but
Of course, living over 200 years old, outliving everyone,
Yeah.
being experimented of you because of your gifts, all your life being played by superpowered beings killing your loved ones,
and
it's
always
going to make a pessimist out of you.
just kind of not. I'm not saying identically, but it's just like the Homelander kind of thing that you stayed always in a lab, always you've seen as an experiment.
Yes.
No authenticity, no
Yes.
past, no love, no
Only
no
that
emotions.
Wolverine does not care about others liking him. He makes it
Yeah,
very clear.
yeah.
He
doesn't
he doesn't want to be liked.
Yeah, but we can say it's a good thing in him. It makes him more likable. One thing that it's not good, sorry, is that Juggernaut was just like what,
And
20 seconds? Juggernaut.
yes, and it was the version of X-Men Last Stand, the forgotten part, because they were trying to reference that all of these characters come from non-good movies and they're forgotten about, and the studio is trying to act like they don't exist.
Yeah, and I don't know, it was just like a disrespect of the guy. He has too much role in Spider-Verse, in X-Men versus Juggernaut.
Yes.
Juggernaut. He has too
He's
much
also
to offer.
Charles Xavier's brother.
Brother?
Yes.
They are not just kind of step. I've heard they are step.
No,
brothers, or
they're brothers.
it may be another multiverse or something like that.
Perhaps.
And I think that Chris Evans is. I like him better in Human Torch. He's more. We
He's
can say
funnier.
free. We can say
He's
free and
funnier.
funnier. No, free to.
Because he has gotten this kind of Boy Scout mainstream appeal because of Captain America.
And he said one interview that he can't play it forever.
Yes.
One role because it's not challenging anymore for an actor. It's one true fact, you can
Yes.
say. But Human Torch, he couldn't experiment too much. I don't know how much movies he was as a Human Torch. One, two.
Two.
But still, it's not the same as Captain America, which you played for 12 movies or
Yes.
less or more. Another thing that was not touched, I think, very good was Sabretooth.
Yes, it was extremely short. I
Bullshit.
get that
And
that
bullshit.
is the joke, yes.
Yeah.
I get that that's the joke because it was a joke, but come on. Now let's get into what I did not like about the movie. The plot is just an excuse to get characters from point A to point B. There is no, you never really feel like there is something at stake, because the problem with making a Deadpool movie or making a comedy movie in general, you gotta balance the tones, because yes, of course, we're going to have fun with the jokes,
Yeah.
but also you gotta let the serious moments be serious moments. You can't just cut it up with a joke, and because you're going to ruin the entire mood of the scene. Like there is a couple of scenes where Deadpool and Wolverine are talking about how hard their life gets, and Deadpool makes a joke, and it just ruins the entire mood of
Yeah.
that scene.
Not only that, it shows imbalance.
Yes.
And it kills not only the mood of the scene, but the mood of fans, or we that are watching. We are investing in a, we can say not drama, but in a sad moment
Yeah.
or a confession time, and you get the joke. It's just like saying at the funeral.
It just ruins the mood.
It's just like saying at the funeral.
Yeah. I know that case. Okay.
It's a killing. It's a suicide
Yes.
thing, but.
You just basically ruin the scenes with those. I hope there was. I would have wanted it to be a bit more serious on the emotional scenes. The plot was not very good.
Yeah. It's not logic at all. It doesn't have logic. It
Doesn't really have a lot of logic, because
They say it's a Deadpool movie, but again, it should have some logic, because if you remember the first two movies of the franchise, yeah, it had a lot of sense. It was from point A, B, C, D.
Oh no, things happen here in chronological order, but
No,
like
no,
they're
but with the
happening
logic.
but they're happening just for the sake of happening here. There is no emotional investment. There is no
Development.
character development. A lot of things here are overblown. I don't really like the multiverse idea, because you can just pick characters up from different universes, and voila, everything that was done before is undone.
Yeah, and
Especially when you play with time travel and time
Quantum
travel.
world.
Yes, and the TDE, I guess it's called.
TVA, the sector that monitor time
Yes.
and the multiverse.
TVA.
And the guy that played that, he was good. The
I mean,
director.
he was fine in the role. He was
Yeah.
fine in the role, but the idea that Deadpool was basically chosen to be saved.
Yeah, and just like his series first himself, the Jesus, Marvel Jesus.
Yes, the Marvel Jesus.
The Marvel
the
Jesus.
Marvel Jesus as
And
a
he-
way to regenerate. I like the jokes about the current state of MCU that is trash.
And he referenced Loki, and here if reference was a little bit just like I think a kick, we can say, or a kick under the belt, because it says that here we know we watched Loki season 1 episode 5, that you can just repair everything
Yes.
just in another timeline, just like the plot of Loki.
Yes.
That and also character development in Loki for no reason, and also the thing is that Deadpool took it very seriously.
Yes, Deadpool took it very seriously. Then the problem again with a comedy movie trying to make this multiversal, universal erasure scale, especially with how imbalanced the tone of the movie is. Even though I enjoyed the jokes and I enjoyed the movie as a whole, it kind of packs the movie down a couple of steps, because like it feels like there is no stakes, especially where most of the time the villain has nothing personal against them.
Yeah.
The villain's motivations are way too weak, incoherent, and they keep flip-flopping over things. We have like 3 climactic showdowns, let's say, the one in the World of Void against Cassandra, the second one when Wolverine and Deadpool are
Killing the Deadpools.
No,
of the
are,
other.
pretty much, no, it was a fun fight, but the climactic showdown there is when they're willing to make the sacrifice here,
Yeah.
so the machinery gets destroyed.
Yeah.
And then after that one, it's revealed that they're alive and the guy needs to go to jail.
And they were forgiven by the TVA.
Yeah,
The other supreme directors or chiefs.
the
They
higher
were-
ups.
The higher ups, yeah. They were forgiven. And at the end, I think that Logan said that we'll never see each other again, that they end up in the same table.
Yeah.
Again, it's a good message that they saved the universe and their loved ones, on Deadpool case always, and you still can find your place even if it's not your actual family or anything, but it's a good message. Sometimes you just have to look around and not worry.
Yes.
Just look around and you can find
As
happiness.
far as the other characters from the Deadpool movies, they don't really matter. They're just there in a couple of scenes and that's it. This is the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. You get everything that you want from Deadpool: funny jokes, sarcasm, violence, pop culture references, fourth wall breaks. You get what you want from Wolverine: a lot of brooding, a lot of seriousness, a lot of fighting. A lot of
macho character.
tough macho character, a lot of am I allowed to be joyful, am I more than an animal type thing, but I wish that they could have handled it better. Even though the jokes are funny, sometimes they can be overbearing, especially when they undercut a very serious moment.
And the one thing
The
is
villain, it was meh. It was just more like a popular villain that they chose, even though the woman that played the villain was very good in the
very
role.
inactive.
It's also a villain that does not work for people like Deadpool and Wolverine when the movie is only about them, because the power set is very different. Again, she can move things with her mind. She's a telekinetic.
I remembered one thing. She said that she killed one version of Doctor Strange and she could open very easily the portals.
The portal because of the stingray.
of the rings, yeah. And it was just like, is she really this powerful? She can
No,
kill.
everybody can. Is she powerful enough to kill?
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, she can kill versions of Doctor Strange. I don't doubt it because no, she's very strong. She's like an unhinged Professor
Yeah,
Xavier.
yeah. But I think she would be suited better in an X-Men movie, we can say.
Yes, X-Men movie.
Would be
it
suited
more,
better.
Yes, it would be more indirect with difference of ideologies and confronting Professor Xavier,
Yeah,
her brother.
That is the main
essentially.
climax or the main string that keeps everything. But
Yes, but
this-
also
no.
of how personal the connection is.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Deadpool and Wolverine, especially these two versions of the character with that version of Cassandra Nova, they don't have any actual connection to her. She's just a road step.
They
Something
they
like
didn't
that.
knew her.
They didn't know her. Also, the powers are a mismatch. Yes, it is funny when in the beginning when you don't have anything between. There is nothing that Wolverine and Deadpool can do to hurt her, and then they try to find a way out of it.
Yeah, with
But
the
sometimes things just get overcomplicated. I wish I could see more of Sabretooth. Like that is the most iconic Wolverine villain.
yeah, it's just like a Wolverine 2.0. You can say a big version, more muscular, more
Like they have
more
the same
wild,
abilities.
more-
They have the same abilities, but they're not the same character.
But he is in some comics, which you
Yes,
showed
he's
me.
stronger.
Yeah, but he is very tough to beat.
Yes.
Even I'm not saying only killing, but X-Men in some, even on that animated show,
Yes.
if you remember, they had a hard time even confronting him. He could handle 5 X-Men in some scenes.
He's
I know
just
it's a little bit
Wolverine
good.
with steroids and unhinged.
Yeah, unhinged, more wild, more anger, more everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Everything. But again, I laughed with scenes that he just Deadpool offends Fox.
Oh yeah.
He offends a lot. He was just like in some cases with his looking at the camera or sometimes just directly offending Fox.
Yes.
Especially when that guy from TVA told him that you're the Marvel Jesus.
Yes.
Take that, Fox! Shave it! And in one scene when they go into the void, if you look closely, you can
Yes,
see
you can see
the
the Fox
logo.
logo.
The
Yeah,
Fox
in
logo and
In ruins.
in
Yes.
ruins it was.
It was an enjoyable movie.
It's the
I
revenge
just
time
wish that
for
we could
Marvel.
see another side of Wolverine there as well instead of this brooding lone anti-hero, because I know that Wolverine can be fun. We saw the mentor type version of him in Logan, which was a very natural progression. I wish we could see more between him and X-23. I wish we could see more of that. I wish that there was a more balanced tone. Another thing as far as filmography goes, let's not have any more multiverse ideas. Critical Drinker, a movie critic online, one of the things that I liked the most about his interpretation of why people don't like the multiverse idea is because the human mind is not meant to comprehend terrors or how risky something is at this type of scale. We
Yeah.
can only connect in a personal level.
Yeah, it's
So when the conflict is all encompassing and characters are just like pawns in a game and you don't really have a connection to them, you can't really relate to them, so you won't feel that much sorry about the people that died in this fictional world. The more you get to know the characters, the better.
and yeah, but it's risky because you're going only in that way. You're not experimenting because Marvel has a lot of
Yes.
heroes, anti-heroes, villains who have everything there, and you just go in just multiverse and every hero that died, for example, in Avengers Endgame, can be brought back in a different version.
Can be brought back in a
Different version,
Which
It-
renders it-
It was crap, especially the Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
coming as the Iron Man nemesis, Doctor Doom. I know it's a very good
It's basically nostalgia baiting. because,
nostalgia baiting.
of how much Robert Downey Jr. means to the MCU.
Yeah,
But
MCU saved him.
they could have used another actor for that role.
I've said to you, I think last week, that is Hollywood in crisis for actors? Especially.
I don't think Hollywood is in crisis for actors.
Why?
I think Hollywood is in crisis for ideas, concepts, and writers, and actually good producing.
And at
Because,
the end, it's
in the end, because Robert Downey Jr. was not a very famous actor before Iron Man, right?
yeah, he also was a drug addict. He went in prison.
He was a
and-
problematic figure,
Yeah.
but because of the movie being well written, he received fame. Now they're trying to do this nostalgia baiting. I also heard that Kevin Feige, the CEO of MCU, is firing a lot of people behind the scenes that are not
Why?
really accomplishing much. Because they're focusing more on pushing certain agendas
and
than
Again,
actually
it's disturbing.
making a movie.
yeah.
Also, another thing that I didn't like is the color grading. It looks very flat. It looks very gray.
The color.
The way the things look on screen. The colors
It's
on the
not too
screen.
much marvelly, we can say, because if you see on the Avengers movies, they are more kind of light. It's
It
not
has become
light colors. It's not.
yes,
gray.
It has become like this really like low saturation type thing where there is not a lot of color going on and there is not a lot of details and it just falls flat.
Yeah, and
Come on.
just to say it for Robert Downey Jr., he became even more popular with his Oscar winning in Oppenheimer.
Performance in Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie yet, so shut the fuck up.
No, I won't say anything. It's a movie based on true events, and
Yes.
he won because he was very
Good
good
in
at
the role.
at his role, but also very adaptive. He can play that kind of personality, the cold-blooded person that would go till the end of the operation, because we're talking about atomic bombs, the real life. Still, it was very deserving. Also, the other guys that were in the movie, especially Cillian Murphy.
Okay, we were talking about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, but I think that going again at Robert Downey Jr. as a villain right now,
It just shows that
it's
the
the
MCU
Doom.
is desperate.
It's not Doctor Doom. It's the Doom of
The MCU.
The Doom of or the Doom of the plot that movie would
Yeah, it's going to be a huge headache in my predictions.
or disappoint.
But let's see where they pick it up from here. Anything else you want to add about the movie?
No, the movie was, we can conclude it as fine and enjoyable, but it could have go in a very in a better way.
Yes.
We can say, but still enjoyable, and it has broken some records,
Yes.
and I think would soon break the record of Endgame. I think
don't
in box
so.
office.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it depends, but the trend is that just more and more people are following, even from the marketing or the names.
Yes. Deadpool and Wolverine, a very enjoyable, fun movie.
So please
It has
watch it.
glaring weaknesses. It's very enjoyable. You gotta turn your brain off a little bit to enjoy it more because if you start seeing it with a loop, there is a lot of things that don't work there. But it's fun. It is funny. The jokes land. There is the violence that you want. Everything.
Yeah, nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Everything. So watch it and come
enjoy.
watch us again. After you watch it, and you will know that we were right about our things that we
Okay,
said.
so we've reached the end of this
we're in
video.
here,
Like, share, comment, subscribe. See you guys.
This is a man's world. This is a man's world.